Start by going over the ship build that we have so far in a bit of depth to explain some of the decisions made. Rationale for this is that there are questions on Steam forums and perhaps others about how to set up a ship. I'm going to assume they mean a ship optimally for defense, as in dodging everything you can, which is almost everything in the game. This ship is not fully min-maxed, but I want to go over this anyway, as it's a decent midway point. I'm going to yawn a lot this stream for reasons I don't fully understand. Alright, we're going to start with the small components, as they are the largest contributors to your ship's defense. Now, ship defense in this case is dictated by electronics primarily. It will be strong dice for defense if it is higher than pilot, which it is. I'm doing an electronics meta here. Or, I'm not doing a meta. I am following the electronics meta. Which is really weird, because it's not really a meta, that's just the game. It's just a layer of strategy within the game. Meta's a misnomer there, and it's adjective anyway. The pilot is secondary in this case, as it will be giving us standard dice for defense. Now we're just talking defense, not the accuracy of your attacks at 1, 2, and 3, which it also does, and range change, etc. Does it do range change? No, it doesn't. Maybe it does, and I can't think right now. Let's double check. Yeah, tell me to change range. It says right there. Anyway, so electronics, we're just boosting for defense. Every one of these 66 base points counts as a strong die, and these 45 kind of standard dice. Strong dice are worth exactly 2 standard dice. There are some weird rounding shenanigans that make that not always the case, but roughly. My captain gives 10%, because I am a commander, I get a 10% bonus to defense. I'm not sure if that's factored in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 5. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This isn't a smuggler. This is a commander. Because I'm a commander, I get 5% bonus defense base. I have 5 items that are all various defense pattern matrices. Each of it gives a 5% defense bonus. This multiplies against the... this actually adds to any engine bonuses, which won't generally apply, as I have a pretty slow engine. Speed's pretty good, but the agility's terrible. But if you have an advantage on your foe, you get a multiplier. That multiplier adds to this one before it's applied. So actually having a lot of defense matrices is less important on tiny ships. It's more important to boost your raw electronics and pilot. In addition, for defense, we are getting command. This does not come from any components. It probably shouldn't. These are standard dice, and they have no limit, just based on your crew. I plan to fill the majority, if not all, of my remaining crew with jobs that give command. Command also has some nice benefits in escaping and boarding roles. Boarding in particular is nice because it can cut down the amount of time, the amount of boarding rolls you need to make before you will actually get their captain or something critical. Hey, Gborn. I mentioned this at the beginning for people that are watching as a video, but I'll reiterate here that I'm going to go over the ship layout before I start the stream today. Or stream, more proper. Tactics is handy, but does not help with defense. I need to see, are there any others to add to defense? Pretty sure, oh yeah, so the ship speed will apply defense, strong dice, and the multiplier mentioned earlier. At long range, which is 4 and 5. Agility will apply strong dice to close range, which is 1, 2, and 3. So that is a decent chunk of them. 8 of my 8 plus 66 are my strong dice for defense, if I'm in there, 15 otherwise, if I'm at long range. Hey, Sin. Those are the main pieces. I am focusing again on dodging everything, which is defense. Just defense applies to dodging. All these added together, then the engine modifier. So engine gives both a flat 8 dice at this range and 15 dice at this range, as well as a potential percentage change. And those all get added here, just to repeat. Alright. So the ways I'm boosting this is a balance between these defense pattern matrices, which 1 through 4 doesn't matter, they all give 5% defense. They do give some other bonuses. The electronics and pilot are relevant here, as that's effectively 4.5 strong dice. But the 5% defense is the real multiplying factor. The advantages to higher defense pattern matrices are more initiative bonus, more shielding, and a few more dice, not many. But they do come with a higher jump cost, and the components are more expensive to begin with. And to get Defense Pattern Matrix 4, you need a Javat. You need to be friendly with them, and a Javat starport. So the trick is largely balancing the raw number that you're multiplying and the number and the size of the multiplier. So getting lots of electronics and some pilot, and then also getting a large defense multiplier. So I have 5 of these defense pattern matrices plus my commander profession bonus, give me 30%, and that multiplies against all the dice that are produced here. So I find that about 5 boosters is working out well. 5 defense pattern matrices, I'm using this for offense. It does give some electronics. Everything I want to give some electronics if possible. Mass modulators can give some electronics and some pilot. Mass dampener does not, but it reduces mass by quite a bit more. I wonder if I can make the trade here and get some dice that I need. So let's see. Smaller jump cost. Negative 240, negative 165. That's a 75 difference if I did my math right. Yeah, we could actually swap it out and still fit within our mass total. This will be one of the last optimizations we do, as it's not a large gain. I don't know. Actually, it's 3.5 strong dice. It's not so bad. Sensor arrays are also a way to get great defense. Hey, resistor. Here we're getting 6 strong dice through electronics. It comes with benefits that I'm not even worried about. Accuracy and chance to hit craft. Hit craft isn't involved in the game yet. Navigation, great. I'll take other stats if I get them, but I'm really caring about defense here. This also notably requires a very small amount of mass, making it easier for me to get other things without too many mass-reducing components. Again, this gives electronics and offensive bonuses. Okay, quarters. If you have a small reinforced officer cabin, consider finding ways to put it into your medium components so you can get more boosters. If you can't, upgrade it to the reinforced version, which will give you, I think it's effectively 1 point. Is that less than 1 point in armor? It'll give you some amount of armor rating. These percentages are confusing. I have an algorithm for reverse engineering them, but I'm not going to go into that. Gives you a bit of armor, a little bit of shielding. Sin asked, have you ever used mass mods and dampeners only to dramatically lower the ship weight to make it more agile? No, I don't think that's actually a game mechanic. You could reduce the mass, but that won't help you. The only thing mass is used for is determining component hit points individually, and then aggregate, determining what you can cram on your ship. Does it say otherwise? If ship's current effective mass exceeds the maximum, which isn't possible, or the limits of the ship's engines or hyperwarp, or ship will become unstable, dangerous to operate. I assume that just this flavor text for how you cannot do it. So I don't think that actually makes a difference. I don't think that works the way you're thinking it does. But again, these will give you a little bit of armor and shielding at a tiny fuel cost. So that is one way to get a little mitigation there. Yeah, maybe that was in the alpha. I don't know. I didn't play back then, Sin. So here, secondarily, very secondarily, I am boosting some armor and shielding. The ship comes with some. Armor is much easier to boost than shields, but I like the benefit to my crew and components more than armor. The main advantage of armor over shielding is A, it's easier to max, and B, if you are worried about your entire hull collapsing, just running out of hull points, which will end your game if you're on permadeath difficulty, then armor is king. If, however, you are more worried about your components being disabled, which leads to other problems, or your crew being killed, or you're taking a whole lot of void or radiation damage, especially void if you're talking about protecting your hull via shielding. In all those cases, shields are better, but they require effectively twice as many components to max out. So here I'm at a pretty good sweet spot with 13 armor and 29 shieldings, which, due to some similar equations, gives me 43% mitigation and 46% mitigation and shielding, and that is that'll be modified by buffs and debuffs later. Let's look into other things. Damage bonus, critical bonus, they're all offensive. We're not talking about those in depth. This shielding bonus is super awkward because it comes from these a few of my defense pattern matrices, and it's being displayed here instead of here. I think this is already included in here, and it is not being displayed correctly. We should file a bug report for that, though it's pretty low priority. Range change is nice. It's most useful to get out of this, for talking strictly defense, it is useful for getting out of the sweet spots of your enemy's attacks. That often and most essentially means getting out of range 5 with Terox Xeno cruisers. The torpedoes are very, very accurate at range 5, and they have a lot of them. They do substantial, just a lot of damage for torpedoes. The Xeno torpedoes are a lot stronger than ours, it seems. Void resist could probably help there, but I'd rather not get hit in the first place, especially as long as they have void contortions as a debuff, crippling debuff that can drop your defense by a lot. I think that's getting nerfed soon, but it hasn't yet. So I have a range change bonus coming from my peak velocity matrix. This notably also adds 2 electronics and 2 pilot, which helps out my defenses a bit. For a medium slot, that's not too bad. But the 10 range change dice, these are strong dice applied at any range. They will help me maneuver and get out of the negative, nasty spots. Now, versus Xeno, the best way to get out of range 5 at the beginning is to flash surge instead of just entering combat normally, as that'll put you in range 4 or 3, neither of which are 5. Bonus initiative we covered in another stream. It's not important to this. It's offensive mostly, unless you're doing a lot of railgun stuff. Deflector array. This gives 3 electronics. That's more defense for us. It does give a substantial amount of shielding. These additive shielding things don't work the way you think they do. Don't worry about it. There's just less than it displays. Some guns actually can give you a bit of electronics as well. I don't think any give you pilot, even though they have that spot for it. But we're getting a couple electronics from this missile battery. We're getting 2 electronics from our railgun. Unfortunately, the grav cannon does not give us electronics, so this falls into the defensive category of the best defense is a good offense. If we can get to grav cannon range and do enough damage, their weapons are weakened. That's good. And also the ruptured bulkheads does lower their accuracy 10%, which can be helpful. But in general, these are not the best for defensive builds, it seems. Alright, going here, we have an advanced mass dampener 4. Does not help our defense. We have 2 of them. Fuel boost. Fuel tanks 4s are very helpful for just getting around the game, and safety, not running out of fuel, which is important. Yeah, they're going to be nerfed soon, the contortions. But they give 4 electronics, which is really nice. Set substantial defense there, and it's giving me fuel. Combat medical clinics. This is one way to get a free slot in your small away from an officer by giving you officer quarters. Give me a little bit of shielding, whatever. Some good medical rating. And it does give 2 electronics, so that's another way to boost it. Fuel boost. Reinforced fuel tank. This is a way that I'm further boosting my fuel and getting some armor. If I need to, I may swap this for another just basic fuel tank. I'll get 4 more fuel that way. I'll lose my jump cost, and I'll get more defense. In return, I lose 10% armor, which is probably 2 points of armor on here. But it does take up a little bit more mass, 25 more mass, and that'll prevent me from swapping this out for this. Actually, I think that's a better move. I think I'd rather have more dodge than mitigation here. I will probably swap this out at some point. Since I'm leaning so heavily into dodging, I don't think this gives me enough value. But it's fun to try out. The shielded officer suites. This is a great way to get rid of free up small slots for boosters. This gives you effectively 2 of those slots for free, and gives a small shielding bonus. It's 1 or 2 points of shielding. I have 2 of these. That frees up 4 officer slots. I'm not even using all my officer slots yet, so in theory I could remove this and put another thing in, but I plan to eventually have an officer there. Okay, into the more large components. Reinforced barracks is a great way to get mitigations. It does not. There's no way to boost your defenses directly, dodging with it. But 90% armor, 5% shielding, that's pretty good. Cargo holds do not add to electronics, so they're just whatever. They're for economy primarily. Combat hyperwarp drive. I believe this one gives the most defense in terms of both electronics and some pilot. The other ones do not give pilot. And this also gives a substantial amount of armor, a little bit of shielding, at the cost of a very high fuel jump, and the initial component's expensive. Hey, Sparta. Yeah, as long as I'm not in crew combat with them, the Xeno haven't been an issue. Alright, and then the engine can have an impact. The biggest impact the engine's going to have is in its speed and agility ratings. Occasionally get a point this way or that way with the electronics and pilot. But here, we have a lot of speed here because getting to the sweet spot for our weapons requires getting out of range 5 and 4. And then once we're there, we're probably a turn or two into the combat where we have some buffs set up, so losing 7 strong dice for defense doesn't hit us as much as it otherwise would, going from speed to agility. Then your bridge. Your bridge can be used to increase your defenses a little bit, both electronics and pilot, but it costs a huge amount of money. I believe it also gets a little bit of armor later on as well, in exchange for some jump cost. But this is the last thing we're going to optimize just because it's so much more expensive than everything else. Long haul may give more electronics. I think it gives more navigation. I'm not sure. We can check later. But this does give some pilot, which is helpful. But that massive armor bonus and a little bit of shielding is still worth it, even if you're not doing a mitigation strategy. That's quite a bit for just like a single die that you gain an advantage, especially because I think I'm making it up with 4 pilot. But again, I think the long hauls actually give more navigation, as you say. So this is how we go over the build of this ship. Again, we are prioritizing just heavily for defense. We could go more. I've mentioned a few ways to optimize it. But there's something to be said for a bit more offense to end battles earlier, especially so you don't run out of talents that you need to survive and then die in the next combat because you just ran out of that critical talent. And the major way we're going to optimize here is by getting a whole bunch more crew members, possibly 6 more crew members, 7 with an officer, that can give me command, each of them. And as our crew level up, that'll help as well. So we've got a long ways to go still, but this is a pretty solid start, as most things, including Xeno, are not really hitting us. Alright, now let's remember where we were. I wish there were more bridge optimization options, actually. I don't like it being quite so linear as it is. Before we begin this, I'm going to be lazy and not caffeinated enough by going and getting a caffeinated drink. Be right back. Welcome back. This is the slightly more caffeinated portion of Dr. Spenlove's stream. Let's let's keep going. Alright, there's a comment about the bridge. For marginal gain, create some imbalance for ships with starts with an upgraded bridge. Breach cruiser, for instance. I'm actually not drinking coffee, I'm drinking a Coke Zero Vanilla. Anyway, alright. Trader in Chains. Looks like we are going to be upsetting Steel Song. We have some rep there. Yeah, we're trying to make some money off of this. Alright, we're going to do some blockading. Let's go. Building carrier ship for damage mitigation can be an amazing strategy. Yeah, I've really valued, of the carriers which I'm not doing this playthrough, I've really gotten a lot of value out of bombers. Having 2 bombers with a carrier seems to be a requirement for me. Maybe more. Having one interdictor helps them not die. But yeah. And I like the boarding shuttles just to try them out, but there might be other options. Alright. We already have 2 flash charges, so we don't need more than 1 skip off the void. Probably won't use it anyway, just the principle. We have 7 of these already. We have plenty of command. This is nice, we might get another one. But this cooldown isn't too short. We could, in theory, need a 3rd one of these. Yep, you get to hear me drinking, sorry. Oh. Yeah, let's get a 3rd flash charge. Yeah, bombers can be really strong, especially if you're friends with Thaloon and you get the event. Because the level 6 bomber is just really powerful. The Xeno carriers are going to be a thing eventually. I'm worried about multiple boarding Xeno carriers. That does not sound like a good time for my blast cannon approach of have a really strong ship and a really mediocre crew. Do we need more of these? Actually, a 4th one can be handy in rare cases. Let's get a 4th save for electronics. Even though we have so much, if you get into a radiation storm, the electronics required saves can be obscene sometimes, especially on impossible or harder. Alright, let's get engineer up here. Harder would be a custom difficulty where you deliberately make it harder than impossible. Let's see, what would the name for that be? There are no conflicts here. Let's buy something here. I would also like to save up some money for one of the bounty hunters that may come after me. I had that happen in a different playthrough, and luckily I had the 250,000 credits on hand to bribe. But I don't want to deal with one in crew combat. If they come after me in the void, fine, we'll take them out. But I'll be pleased to pay off anyone up close just so I can continue the stream focused on ship combat. I don't know where I'm going to sell these yet. Being a little sloppy. I imagine we'll find somewhere that wants to buy some good raw spice. Possibly right here. What's the law? We don't know yet. We haven't been here. There's a pirate fleet. Come and get some. Alright. Hey, they'll buy... Oh, we don't have a permit with them? Really? Oh, we don't. Okay. So much for that. It's kind of a liability now, because if this craft has some loot that I want... Let's drop it off here. Hey, Explorer. Let's get some reputation with you before we lose some reputation with you. Alright, we just failed a ship ops test. Accident with a power loader. So 188 component damage, 21 hits for 25 morale loss. This is so bad. Do we have any indie place so I don't lose all my crew? So here's the downside to having your ship ops too low. I didn't realize my rolls were so low. Okay, we just lost a mass dampener. That's not a big deal, but the crew are pissed about that. Apparently they don't like power loader accidents. How can 25 people be bummed about this and there were no injuries? Okay, we're probably going to lose some crew here. This place has crappy spice, but we're going to drop down. Let's see what happens. And 0 people left. They really love me. How bad's the morale? 0, 0, 0, 0. There's a lot of people that could be leaving. Let's spice up some people. Let's not miss chicken. Let's spice up again. Spice up again. They're still pretty low, and they're out of spice here. We'll pay them wages. That'll help some of them. Oh wow! Can we sell cargo here? I'll buy Cambrianite, but I'll lose Javat rep. I don't want that. Wait, what's going on in the chat? Yeah, this is my first power loader accident ever. I've never seen that one before. Looks like I need some more ship ops saves. Let's see my quartermaster. Maybe I can make him have such a save. You know what? There's an easy way to do this. Anyone want to join a crew and give me a save? We'll get a crew dog. I can't afford to have that happening again. That'll give me 4 more ship ops, which in this case we're going to be getting standard dice to that. And we're going to be getting one of the... Oh, we only have 2 ship ops saves. No wonder. Yeah, definitely want 3 by this point in the game, if not more. Okay. Well, we're not going to sell here. But we can land here and stash stuff. What else is here? Oh, there's this. I normally take this hand. Should I take this hand? I'm going to take this hand. There we go. We got... that's pretty useless. Let's get out of here. Let's go get some more spice before we continue. Oh wait, we can spice up here. Let's go. Alright. Let's see how we're doing. Running out of spice here. We're using up all their entertainment funds. Okay, that's good enough for now. Fuel up. Yeah, let's repair this thing. Oh, that's a lot of time. Oh well. Pay. Looks like 3 crew are still bummed. Let's do our mission. Oh. Let's see, we got a hostile zealot. Ship components. We actually don't want to upset Steel Song, so we're going to try to avoid unnecessary conflict. But a pirate I don't care about. Okay, we avoided that one. Near death, no thanks. Alright, recover. Wow, we could have had to repair a ship for us. Bounty Hunter? Yeah, let's get rid of that. Mission success! I like this name. Mikhail Mikaguru. Once he realizes our aim, he will attempt to escape. Must pursue and capture. Here to take custody of prisoner 1, Merchant Halden. Alright, we don't want him escaping. Why didn't it give us the option to flash? Oh yeah, it doesn't do that. Okay, he's hostile, but he's probably going to try to escape. What are those buffs? Oh. That's a lot of offense for a merchant ship. Like, look at those 2 accuracy bonuses. And 2 damage bonuses. Okay, the risk here is that he escapes. But I really don't want to take too much of a beating, so I'm going to start with forward thrusters and hope that's enough to outrange him. Yeah, he's probably going to fire at me. He did. He fired once. He failed to retreat. We got void contortions on him, which we didn't need. Our accuracy is probably fine anyway. Let's stay here for a turn and buff up. We're going to put on... We've had enough morale loss lately. Let's put on barrel roll. People don't mind that as much. He boosted his accuracy further, but we crit him twice. Now let's get closer, fire off missiles as we are in the sweet spot, boost our defense more. We missed, because he boosted his defense probably. I mean, he definitely did that, I'm not sure if that's why. Let's get a little accuracy boost on our end. He's sharp steering, trying to get out of this. It was a wise move, it was insufficient, however. Okay. Let's start taking this guy down. Let's boost our morale. This is a way to do it in ship combat, and we need it. 14 morale to 20 crew. We critically hit him with that driver. Let's put on vigilant scanners. He's doing the same. Not going to matter enough. His components have got to be just nothing now. Let's do another vigilant scanners. Make sure we don't lose our defensive edge. Crit, hit. Okay, oh, he did retreat one. Why am I getting text messages? Stop texting me, world. I'm not that cool. No spammers, I'm really not that cool. Alright. Looks like we've almost got him. Let's finish him off by getting a little closer. Alright, let's see. About the FDF. Oh, Fire Emblem Advanced Wars. I don't know. I think that needs to come as a optional mode in Templar Battle Force 2 or Templar Assault 3, whatever you want to call it. I think there just needs to be an option to play as the various different factions. Not like factions in the game, but like as the FDF, or as the Templars, or as Cultists, or as Xeno. Probably don't ever play as Narvidians, it'd be a little overpowered. Let's end these guys right here. There we go. Okay. See how our crew's doing. Alright, we captured the person. We'll pretend they're in a spacecraft that escaped. We are not going to destroy them, as we want to be kind of friendly with them still. Healing? No. Do we have any damage? No. We will do give an inspiring speech. Further boost our morale. Quite a lot. And we'll leave you... Oh, we already destroyed... Oh, but if we salvage them... Yeah, let's not do it. Yeah, that's kind of the idea, is a free play mode. Sins that afterward you'd... Or like a campaign custom mode where you get to play as various things. They don't necessarily have a standard campaign for you. Alright, looks like that went well. No payment yet. Let's carry on back. I don't like how little fuel we have. Let's fuel up. Central Plaza. Citizens of Rylene, citizens of Devaltos, galactic citizens. Today a new era has begun. I'm not going to do that voice. Over 600 years ago, Shalun set in council with the leadership of the 9 factions. My ancestor, Arbiter Ayadia Brockstorm, was there with him at that founding. I thought Zenran wasn't there at first. Yeah. At the first founding, Shalun guided our hand in writing the faction accords and the pillars of Shalun law. Today we celebrate the second founding, and Shalun guides our hand in spirit as we enshrine new laws in the United Coalition. With the help of the Arbiters, your faction leaders, and dedicated Star Trooper captains, we have forged a new era of peace. The United Coalition will be a force for stability, security, and prosperity. dedicated to the finest of cheese productions. Barbara Brosham's speech in Ryland Gann Central Plaza was rapidly syndicated across the entire galaxy. She now stands as the figurehead of the new United Coalition. But it isn't all spice and roses. They left the riots out of the official syndications. Barbara's speech was cut short by the hex shell fire in the crowd and a wave of bloodshed. Over 90 people died in the violence that followed, and the city was put on a short stint of martial law. It was like 8 minutes of martial law. I might sneeze. 30% chance I sneeze. I hate this. Yep, I'm not editing that out. You heard me, I'm lazy. We must hope that Estelle was right, that the coalitions will usher in a new era of peace. But those who try to destroy what she's created, they may also come after us for a part in supporting the second founding. In a sense, if you ratify the United Coalition, new force has been born within the galaxy. I promise it better times. Yada yada yada. Alright. I don't think it's going to impact us too much, other than just some conflicts. Yeah, there are nice trade alliances. I do like this little period. Okay. Let's see. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, we were just fueling up. What do you have for us? Anything? If we did missions for you, you'd have something. You'd have some good things for us. Advanced electronics. Oh yeah, they hate us. We don't care. Urban catch. No, that makes us like go on the surface and fight people with handguns. Alright. Advanced electronics are kind of a pain to come by. I'm not sure I want to accept that. Unless we can buy that. No, because we don't have a warrant. We don't have a license with them. Permit, whatever. Let's just carry on. Seriously? Oh, this is a 12 danger quad. Let's get out of here. Okay, we apparently need more of those saves. Because this is really bad. Hey, you have a spice haul, right? We didn't lose anyone. It's because these crew have been with me for so long, it's less likely for them to split. But we really do need more spice. We could repair our railgun. Railgun's it's fine. Ugh. I'm not liking this. Do I have a permit with them? No. I have permits with far too few people. Hi, Princess. Can you give me a permit if I give you intel? Yeah. I'll sell you Ancient Kadar intel. I'll sell you Ancient Richard intel. Okay, Yvonne likes me a bit more, which is nice. Ah, she has expensive things. Fine. I want a spice permit. I want a free trader permit. Great, now you can see that someone else is playing a game on my screen. That's fantastic. Promotion. Yes, we want rank 1. Need more effective rep. Rep, not ret. More Kadari intel. Is that how you say, like, of Kadar? Kadari? We need more effective rep for... Let's get the next one. I think the most value is going to be if we get another... Yeah. It's expensive, but I want full trader with them. Okay. Pay crew. Someone got mad that I paid someone else. I hate that. Alright. Where are we headed? Headed anywhere where we can sell some good farming stuff. No. The refinery, though. Let's head there. Will this place... No, this is terrible trade law. I hate you. This is terrible trade law. Hate there too, but I want their spice. Like, their refined spice for my use. Oh, looks like someone was really mad and almost left. $2 or 2 credit a month raise. Not a big deal. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. Holy cow, this is taking forever. What was that all about? Have some wages. Sheesh. That was a long time in the spice hall. Alright, Lizzie. What do we have here? We already have one of those. We're good. I'm worried about that having some oversight. I apparently need more ops saves. That's the one consequence of focusing your defense so much, is that other things occasionally bite you in the butt. You need to stay out of those danger 12 quads. Scattershot is handy in situations. Orbital. Only she's boarding. Let's get another bombardment. There are Xeno cruisers where you want to bombard them repeatedly. Okay. What's the danger of this next quad? I need to start watching that. 8, 10, we're fine. People could still use some spice. Unfortunately, this next quad is pretty lousy with spice. Like, they'll have spice, but it's going to be a crappy spice den. They might actually do better. Boy, I can't believe I almost had some desertions going on. That could have been bad. Morale's high enough that this place can't help it. It's a spice den here. I hate your fuel prices. Bitter right now. Not really. Let's get a Twitch surge in case we are unable to get places we need to be, like close to their face. Let's get out of here. How much time? We spent so much time on that spice hall. I wonder if that really messed up our mission deadline. No, we got plenty of time. Hey, see ya, Resistor. Glad you could join when you could. Alright. Let's fuel up on the way. Military officer. I think they like us a bit, right? They're neutral. They won't get mad at us, at least. Inspirations for these games? Oh, Shadowrun. Yeah. I don't know what Cyberpunk 2020 is. Ooh, we have a abandoned orbital. We could get some water fuel. We could take a lot of damage. I don't want 2 crew combats. Crew gear! An underwire plate. Ooh. Wow, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. That's decent money. This is not a good hand anymore. But I am curious what that, gear, wait, why am I? Let's sort this by tenure. Here we go. Let's see what that new stuff was. Initiative critical armor. Interesting. That's, pretty strong. Let's go check it out. Who among my fighters is an officer? I think I only use 1 officer fighter. I think she already has something that she doesn't. Well, you, madam. You are going to get some, mostly some good defense. Pleased with that. That was a good outcome. Let's fuel up. Yeah, it's a Thulun place. We'll spend 2 days here. Okay, we are heading to this orbital. Let's check to see if they're going to be mad at me for trading things. 2 trade alliances. Nope, this looks good. Phone going to die. I'll see you later, Sin. What's your trade law? 6, good. Raw spice for the orbital. And 2 rep with Thulun for that trade. Nice to have a merchant. Fuel up. We're going to sell here. Good, we got a contact out of that, an intelligence officer. Public procession, get some more reputation. 106,000 credits. Makes up for some of our losses and small costs recently. For some reason I thought this said Terry Pratchett. I'm like, wait a minute. Alright, Lioness. I don't think you can give, yeah, you can't give 3 permits. But you could make our lives a little easier. There. And give us access to more missions. That's about all we can get out of that. Giborn is asking, or is talking about the development on the next game by the Treese brothers. But yes, they want to fulfill their obligations to previous backers in Kickstarter before working on new things. That is my understanding, that they are honorable and maintain their contracts to others. Something I appreciate, even though I wasn't one of the Kickstarter backers. Alright. She can sell raw trade goods at this. Oh, but I don't have enough reputation with her. Let's see what else we can get. Trade a lot. Yeah, let's see what it says. These are not a lot of money. Survey and scan. Just drop off. Oh, we don't have a slot for this, do we? Yeah, one downside to my build here is that I only have one prisoner slot sitting here. Limits the missions I can do. I'm out of missions, dang it. Yeah, it's a good policy to do what you say and to actually not betray others routinely, which is apparently the alternative. I find it, I understand that it's an unusual characteristic. I just find it bizarre that more people don't do what they say they'll do at whatever cost it requires. What does this info button do? Oh, I don't have any active talents, so it probably doesn't matter. Let's see if I can get these intel. Nope, pirate combat. But I got a lot of experience. 96 experience there. That's not too bad. Alright, we got a lot of defense on our officer here. Oh, we have 2 officers. I can equip him too if I can find some gear for him. I don't like the soldier up front with this buff. Let's get rid of the buff and debuff them. Let's heal this up. Okay. Now let's get that combat medic closer. Good, miss. He removed his buffs or debuffs. Removed his buffs. Good, a miss. That helps us. Start boosting your accuracy. Can you finish this guy off? Good. We could remove his turn. Ow. Good dodge. Good dodge. Oh, that didn't work as much as I thought I would. Heal yourself a bit. Any of these moves will put him into penalty, which is why I hate 11 initiative weapons. Gotta do it. Wow, and it didn't kill him. That's some heavy armor. Good, it dodged. He dodged. Let's see if we can deny him a oh, I don't have anyone to follow up. That was dumb. I missed anyway. Good, let's end it. Got some experience. Nope, not doing Xenocombat. Okay. Let's go seek out other people to give us better thingies. Like Devaltos. We could use some thingies with Devaltos. By thingies I meant edicts, permits, especially permits. Spice trader permits are very nice and so inexpensive. And military ranks. Yeah, I don't really need that. Let's find contacts. Let's filter now. Oh, wait, we were going to her because she could give us zealots. And I squandered all that reputation with her. Great. I can still get a level 3 zealot. I'm taking it. Oh, she hates steel song. That makes more sense. Alright, Galen. Proud. That's not what I want. Oh, 5 evasion. If your other stats weren't pretty bad, you could be a capable fighter. Alright, we just got 3 more command from that. That's a win already. Intimidate. This only works if we don't destroy them. We have 1 of these. Let's get a second one so that we don't lose people to power loader failures. Yeah, you're the new guy and you're going to keep everyone else here working for me. Sounds good. Oh yeah, we don't have any other missions we can really accept from her without changing our ship in a way I don't want to. Alright, let's keep looking. This guy, he can give a doctor or a spy. Doctors do give some command. Merchants give command. No, we did this search before. It was not fun. Let's, oh heck, we'll get another merchant. Do we have good stuff with... Yeah, we already do. We don't need the rest of his services. Whatever. Let's get some rep with him. He's nearby. Zealot. Oh, you're friendly zealot. Oh, how nice. Acknowledge. I am passionate about being your friend. Oh, he is really low. Will he? Yeah. Okay, so you only need 10 influence to give me a merchant, so that's fine. Let's see what you can give me. Scout injections. That sucks. Ah, they all require one of these. This is annoying. I guess it's not a big deal to swap out my... it only costs like 3 days to swap a prisoner cabin with a passenger cabin. Let's just do it. Family secret. Oh, this is a friendly one. These family secret ones only build rep with their own faction, I think. Yeah, let's take this one. We'll just need a little... we can't upgrade here. Let's get a place that actually has a starport. Wait, what's this rumor nearby? Oh yeah, it's the starport. Academy graduation. I have never been to one of these. While I'm at it, I need to take a snip of this. Sorry, I need to do that for the wiki. Now I've got it recorded and I can update the wiki later. I believe they will sell me military officers, which is what I want badly. Oh no, a pirate. Retreat, get experience. 30. That little bonus experience from pirates, meaning retreat, don't acknowledge, is more important early game than late game. But still handy. Alright, graduation. You need jobs. I need you. Let's get a military officer. Let's get a quartermaster. Let's get a doctor. Let's get a quartermaster. Alright, let's check these people out. Hopefully they're the people they say they are. Yes. Alright, Marvin. What are you going to give me? Militant Patrol, sure. We don't have that yet. Yeah. Getting the specialists here is handy. Alright, you... give me a ship op save, since apparently I need them. You, Doctor. The problem with my current setup of 4 saves here is that 2 of them are on one person, and she's a crew combatant, so if she dies, I'm down to 2 saves, and my base skill level will be substantially dropped. So I probably should get another one of these. Medical save fails are pretty bad. And you... yeah, I'm pretty paranoid. 5 saves, that should handle it. Okay, let's check out the ship now. Alright. Doing better in the ship ops department here. 64 command. Well, we gained like 7 command there. That's pretty handy. That's the same effect I would have gotten if I'd increased 7 pilot. And let's see, do we want to do an upgrade here? That swap, not a... oh, they both get the same. Yeah. No, there was something else I wanted to increase. What was it? I don't remember. Does anyone else remember? Did I say it out loud? If I didn't, then it's going to be Not too helpful for you, is it? I do want to get rid of this weapons locker. I didn't mention this earlier, but I have mentioned it in the past, that I want to get rid of this and swap it with contact equipment only. I wonder what I can get from, what's the difference between a 2... Oh, the difference between a DM2 and or DM3 is one more ship ops, which apparently I need, and one more pilot, which would be handy. How many of those do I have at 2? 2 of them. Let's do those upgrades now if they'll let me. Alright. I still need one more officer. We'll try to get a really nice recruit for that. You know, I should probably do this at a Javat place and go straight to 4. Let's go find such a thing. Is there Javat in this squad? No. Alright, where are we? We are here. Do you have Javat? You have 1. How nice of a place is it? High-tech industrial, 9 starport, 6 military. That'll probably do it. Sorry, this hasn't been too action-packed. We've actually done very little ship combat. Maybe we'll get jumped by Xeno if we're lucky. DM4 gives an extra electronics. Does it give 4 electronics? That would be handy. That would also be a little scary, as my my ability to fill this pool is coming up short, so that if I lose people, it's gonna get pretty ugly. Let's find out. We're gonna upgrade our 2s to 4s right now and see how much it costs. 2s to 4s. They do! This will give me an extra strong dice, standard dice, protection against those terrible effects. 2 more initiatives, so I'll be attacking first, which matters mostly with my railgun. I'll be getting 1% shielding bonus, and penalty to jump cost. It takes 7 weeks. Ouch. Let's do one more. Type match, DM4. Let's do it. Alright. We are even better with 68 here now, 47 here now. More on the ship ops. Our initiative bonus is now listed at plus 12, which means our weapons will always go first unless they also have an initiative bonus, because it's 1d10, and now my 1d10 plus 12 is already greater than the highest roll they can come up with, even if I roll a 1. Alright, however, we do need some more money to have a buffer, because if I have to pay off that potential bounty hunter, I'll be really low on funds. Let's start off by seeing if there's someplace I can sell goods to here. We are in Far Fallen Rim. There definitely is. Do I have a license with Javat? I think I've asked this like 3 times today. Oh, I do now. Oh, great. Gamma Capital Starport. I don't care if this is for Gestalt technologists or not. Officer, there's no reason to search this transport. I'm clicking and it's not... Oh. This is not click-based. It's protocol, period. Maybe we can come to an agreement. Now! Oh, my arm! That was my redundant heart in my arm. For freedom! And pizza! You can't stop the collective! Resistance is futile! Alright. Hana's going down. Let's get him. They will be stopped. No mercy. That's right. No mercy indeed. Okay, what do we need to prioritize here? Probably some defense. Want her out of the way so I can hit their gunners. Oh, never mind. Ow. Let's just debuff them and forget about them. Okay, I cannot hit their 3rd rank with this. Bites. Oh, wow, that was little damage. Oof, not looking good. They're gonna take a beating here. Ow. They've got a lot of buffs all of a sudden. Let's remove them again. Yeah, this is not looking good. I'm in a holding pattern for the moment. Maybe I can get some lucky crits here. That is not a lucky crit. Oh. Thank you for the dodge. We have got to start killing some of them. That helps. Ugh. Ugh. So many buffs. So many buffs still around. Alright, we're just going to repeat this process. Oh, so little damage. She's like useless. Remove their buffs. And that's going to cause her to go into penalty. Can't afford that again. Not with her. She's actually doing damage. No, I don't want this taking a turn. Oh, she resisted. No initiative loss. Oh, she just buffed anyway. Okay. Let's... We've got to start taking them out. Oh, still alive. Seriously. Give me bonus initiative next turn. No. I need a different thing here. Fine. We'll do it in 2 steps. As long as they waste their time on buffs, I'll have an edge. Need a default attack. Okay, this is going pretty well now. Do I need to heal up more? Probably not. Got him. Did lose the swordsman. Impressive fighting. You're lucky we were here. 15 rep, 5,000 credits. Contact. Oh, lost our level 19 swordsman. Guess we know what our new officer needs to be. Why do they shrink every stream? I don't know. I think it's perception. I think it's the same window size. Shucks. Lost a swordsman. Did we have a backup swordsman? I think I did. I think it was a red shirt that we thought was okay. Let's check out our red shirts. Was it you, Shar? 1 blade, 5 evasion. Yeah, you probably are the one. We really need contact weapons and armor at this point. That's our problem. Yeah, I fought an uphill battle, but... yeah, I don't feel good about it for some reason. I feel like I misplayed somewhere in there, I'm not sure where. Yeah, Ripperoni. I need a swordsman. This is not a place for a swordsman. I have a backup, so it's not the end of the world. Let's buy some stuff for our nearby mining space, though. We've got a lot of mining pieces. Got a lot of mining stuff. Got more mining stuff. Let's make some money. Ripperoni pizza. We're going to sell this off here and end the stream at that point. The sad end of that that deserves a name. Deserves a name. Captain's log. That is not the captain's log. Ship. Captain's log. Diz Ashlane. You will be remembered for a moment. You are welcome for the stream. This was fun. Even if it was a lot of exposition. Alright, a lot of credits there. Looks like they ended one of the trade alliances. That's okay. Alright, that's where we are. Next time we're going to try to get a larger buffer of funds so we can continue to invest in things and have some money on hand in case a terrible bounty hunter comes for us, because our crew combat is still a weak point here. After that point, we'll probably start working on contact weapons and armor. Alright, thanks all. Bye.